All right, boom. What is up? It's Wire D, and the D stands for Deadlock. We're back again with another Lash guide. I want to make this one real quick for you, actually, this time. So I wrote some bullet points down. So Lash's ult is called Death Slam. Basically, you charge for 2.3 seconds maximum, although you can end it early. And it has a preset AoE that does not scale with spirit power, but that you can increase, as I understand, with radius. So you see it goes up to 28 meters, and you see my reach extends further out there. Your reach is actually as big as a very steep oval around the Lash hero. That's how you have to think about it. So when you push ulti, like I said, you begin this channel period that can last for up to 2.3 seconds, where the Lash hero looks at targets, right? And you, of course, direct where he looks. It's like McCree from Overwatch. You just kind of look around. Once he's channeled for more than 0.3 seconds, as you saw, there's that lock-on sound, that ching, and then Lash will say some narcissistic chant. You can give up whenever you want. Okay, cool. Anime character. Basically, that is what signifies that the target at the end of whenever the channel is, the 2.3 seconds, or when you end it early, because you can left click to end it early, they're gonna get stunned, lifted into the air, and then thrown, and they'll be stunned for that entire duration of the throw as well. And a targeted location that you decide based on your spirit power and where your cursor is. So it's a very powerful repositioning tool, probably one of the best ultimate repositioning tools in the game because of the number of targets that you can hit and how like annoying this can be. It's very well known as a team fight ulti. If you've ever played against a good Lash, you know what I'm talking about. You can of course throw people into the fountain with this, granted enough spirit power. It also slows them afterwards for 4 seconds. It's a very powerful tool to set up all of Lash's other abilities too, right? You channel the Death Slam, you throw them down, maybe you have a silence wave, but then you jump back down on them with your ground strike, and if you max this thing first with your boons, the damage per meter, plus 110% scaling, and improved scaling or whatever, you're gonna do a lot of damage when you meteorite down from the sky on the motherfucker. You see I just one-shot that Infernus. And basically, that's kind of how you want to play Lash, but this isn't a Lash guide. I'm not trying to teach you how to play Lash so much as I am how to use his ulti. But that is the general combo for how you want to use his ulti in skill sequence. And if you throw in some items, you can do some even crazier things. So like you see there on his ability power, once you've unlocked the T3 Death Slam, you get stun enemies in the landing zone for 1 second. Well, this combos quite well with any of those like Silence Wave or Cold Front, where is it? Any of these like AoE active items where once you grab them and you throw them, they're stunned, you're gonna immediately come back down. You can even use the Silence Wave from the air, as Deathy has taught us, and then slam him down on the ground. Don't miss it like I did. The area that you throw a target is going to be stunned and damaged as well as the targets themselves. And some people know this. I guess some people just don't, so I wanted to say it. So if I grab this Infernus and then I throw it onto the target dummy, you see the target dummy also got damaged, even though I didn't throw the target dummy. Enemy heroes that are within your oval, but that you cannot see, are not going to be affected by Death Slam's channel. So you see that Infernus under there, right? If I try to channel right here, I can't reach him because I can't see him. I could still stun him because I can throw targets towards where he is. And that is one way that you can kind of like play around it, but I just want to make sure that you're aware that you can't channel on targets that you don't have the right line of sight of.
You know, you definitely don't want to be this guy. Who is also me. Rip.
Buddy, make it out though. Whoa.
Because it's just a circle that you're putting in front of yourself, and it doesn't care, or it doesn't really respect elevation all that much. You can put it on the ground here, and then as long as you're looking up and you're not obstructed, like I said before, so. As you see, even though I'm like, I'm very far beneath him. I'm very far beneath the Infernus, but I can still channel my ulti on him as long as I am not obstructed by that little bit of ceiling that you see there. You have to be a little bit careful doing this because since the target is so, they're considered close to a wall because the way that you would throw them is from the ground. So when I jump up to throw him, he's gonna get stuck on the ceiling, but he'll still get stunned, he'll still get damaged, and it's still something, it's something that's nice to know, especially against like Vindictas or IVs or Grey Talons, those heroes that, you know, they're not typically gonna be flying up on the ceiling, they're gonna be flying out in the open air. But you could just catch them out in the sky and toss him. Another thing to note about Lash's ulti is that it does halt your aerial momentum, but it doesn't do so all immediately, right? It's gonna like significantly slow your descent and your rise.
I'll just let this clip play out from Escape's stream. I feel like this best exemplifies exactly what I'm talking about. So look at this, lines up the perfect ult. Oh my god, Sag. Rip does what he can, but nah, you're fucking dead, mate. Rip. And so here's another thing you need to worry about, okay, on Lash, that you don't need to worry about so much on Dynamo. So I killed this Page here early on in this game, 9 minutes, dove her tower, killed her, ulted her into Dynamo combo, and I think this must have set her off, because she was doing pretty well before, and she immediately built, as we're gonna see, a knockdown. Here we are, this is typical Lash gameplay. I'm trying to scope out the fight. I'm looking on my mini-map, I'm looking at the enemy heroes, I'm looking at my heroes, we're at a walker, we're playing defense, and I'm wondering, like, when can I get in here and start this fight off right? So I see them get assault, come up here, and then boom, knockdown gets used as I latch onto 2, get stunned, gone on. And my team fight prowess has been wasted, right? So then how do we push our buttons on Lash? Well, it's pretty simple, I'm gonna show you straight up. So say you're coming up on a team, or you see the team fight happening, you're just coming out, silence a relevant target, go out, try to get the death slam off as quickly as possible, jump up if you're not already at the skybox, slam down after you've used your ulti for 1, and then finish her off with a flog. Pretty simple. Fun fact, Unstoppable is an amazing item on Lash, and you should buy it if you're having problems getting your ulti off. You can even use it during death slam, so I'm just gonna prove that right now. Channel it, I can still push C, then I'm unstoppable. Any pesky knockdowns, any pesky Mina ultis, any pesky anything, Mo and Krill, God forbid, Doorman, whatever, I don't care. You just, well, actually, I don't know, it probably doesn't stop Doorman, but main thing is stuns, silences, sleeps, roots, disarms, all that crap. We're gonna go ahead and say no to that. We can, again, easily execute it. I recommend you get an Unstoppable if you're having a hard time getting your ulti off. You don't need to use Warp Stone really to get distance on Lash, but with that being said, if there's a team fight happening and your Majestic Leap only takes you so far, feel free to just boom, you know? But yeah, I actually usually prefer to try to correct my range with Grapple and save Warp Stone for kiting out after I use Death Slam. But that's to each their own. Anyways, yeah, GG.